All right. Thanks everybody for being here. A beautiful day. I don't know if I can remember. I think this is year 23 or 24 coaching for me, where we've had such a great training camp from a cool weather and sunshine perspective. And as soon as I say that, I think this weekend is supposed to get to triple digits. So I knew it wouldn't last forever, but appreciate everybody coming out here. Our team, there's a lot of buzz in the locker room. There's a lot of buzz within the organization. We've got all the pieces that you would want in place to have a really great season and a really great team. And it really does all start with the players who you get a chance to hear from here in a minute. We have talent. All good teams have talent, but the thing that really separates those teams from good to being great is just the type of personalities, the type of leadership, the DNA that they possess. And we've got a bunch of guys that not only want to be great and want to be the best that they can be, not only for themselves but for their teammates. They really love the sport, and they really want to make you proud, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get it done. And we have great leaders on our team too. And we actually had a guest speaker come to our team meeting last night, Gavin Deneen, former player. He was actually one of those fifth-year seniors that didn't get a chance to play his senior season. And I think one of the things that stuck out to me was he talked about what makes a great teammate, and he said, yes, it's being encouraging, it's helping a guy get up off the ground, when things haven't gone well, but more importantly, it's a guy that's going to hold his teammates accountable to a high standard. And really that's what Drake football is. Over the history of the program, it's been a winning program. And these last couple of years it hasn't been that way, but it does feel like we have an incredible group of leaders, an incredible group of personalities that they want to make us proud. They want to make the university proud. They want to make us coaches proud. They want to make Des Moines proud. And they've put in a lot of work, man. It was easier when you get a chance to win your last three and have the type of ending of the year that we had. It tends to light a fire a little bit more because you see the type of potential that we have. But man, they've been pedaled down this whole time. From January when we came back for winter workouts through spring practices, amazing attendance in the summertime. I mean, these guys are getting up and working out at 5 o'clock in the morning so they can make their internships and their jobs later on in the day, and they did that consistently, for the good part of 2.5 months, and so they came in on August ready to go, and we had our conditioning test, and we looked great. And it's been a fantastic 14 or so practices that we've had up to this point. But yeah, the team is excited, we're excited, and it's going to be a great product, and it's going to be a great season. I really do believe that. And again, it's nothing to do with what we're doing as coaches. It's everything to do with the type of players that we have on our team and their personalities and their drive, and again, their willingness to be the best they can be. And so for us as coaches, at times we just gotta put a good plan in place and then get out of the way. So I'm really proud of this team and how far that they've come. I don't know if there's a ton of rosters out there that have gone through the challenges that we have and have seen it through to the end. How we started the season and going winless there for a while. The wheels really could have come off, but I don't know. The team, being able to continue to bounce back after close losses and after tough games, to finish how we did. I think that's our edge. I told our team that the first team meeting is the ability to handle adversity, to go through hard things. I think that's a skill maybe in society isn't necessarily prevalent as much as it is, but our team has been through some hard things. They work their tails off, and to not see the results on Saturday, it can get you down. And you never saw it in their body language, you never saw it in their attitudes towards us coaches or towards each other. And I think that to me is what's going to help us get to the places that we really want to get to as a team. Is they know how to bounce back. They know how to get up off the ground when they get knocked down, and they know how to handle things when stuff gets a little bit rocky. And I can't wait to be a part of it again, I think I said this back when I got hired now going on 10 years ago. I firmly believe this is one of the best jobs in America, and it's not because we've got the most money in our budget or we have the nicest things. It's just the type of players that we get to be with every single day. Like I can't imagine being a part of a program or being with a group of guys other than the guys that we have. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to have 5 home games here in Drake Stadium, and for as many people to come out as possible. I really do believe that if you make the effort and come check us out, you won't be disappointed. You'll be entertained, and you'll walk away wanting more. So yeah, can't wait to get started, and I know these guys feel the same. Yeah, we like to challenge ourselves, and I think that's by design. I got to give a shout out to Megan Franklin. She's our senior women's administrator. She's also our sports supervisor, and she's helped us a ton, in our non-conference scheduling, with our travel. I mean, she's worn so many hats for our program and really does care for us. And she knows my personality. I want to challenge our team. I want to give them a great experience, and what better experience than to open up against the top 15 team in the country against North Dakota, to take on the defending NAIA national champs here at home with Northwestern College, and then what a great time we're going to have at Target Field up in Minnesota, taking on another defending champ in South Dakota State. So is it going to be easy, those 3 games? Absolutely not. All 3 of those teams are loaded. They've got great rosters coming back, but would I want it any other way? Absolutely not. Like I can't wait for our team to show up week 1 and I don't know, just everybody's going to see what we're made of, coming forward and moving forward from that game.
What clicked at the end of last year? Can you point to anything in particular that you said that's the moment?
That is a great question. I don't think it was necessarily one thing, but just a combination of things that had to happen. I'm a big believer, and I do think that there's a plan for all of us. And for whatever reason, the plan was to start like that and to go through things like that. But I can't remember what week it was. So Gage Vanderleest, our captain and a fullback for us, he came up to me after, again, one of those tough losses and said, "We're going to get one. And once we get one, we're going to get them all. Like, it's just going to take just getting over that hump and figuring it out." And I think the Stetson game in general, that's really for us to, everything involved with that trip, So I don't know if you've ever flown commercial with 82 people. So that's the first challenge that you have going down there. And then we play them, I think it was week 9. And so up here we're practicing in 40-degree temperatures, and down there I think game time, I think the feels like was in the 90s. And so we do our walkthrough on Friday, and we're pretty sweaty getting back on the bus afterwards, just walking through. But we go into that game, and we were the team that handled the heat better and that was in better shape. And we go down late, and it was just really, really amazing to see us handle the fourth quarter and finish like we hadn't, and so we make we have a 90-yard touchdown drive to take the lead back late in the game. We hadn't had that moment yet, and then the defense doing what they did all year, coming up big in big moments to either keep us in the game and in that case help us win the game. I just think just how that game in general, all of the outside factors you can't control, for us to, again, a battle-tested, adversity-filled, but handling the adversity type of thing and type of team, just to see us take that game on and get that first victory, you could just feel the weight lifted from everybody. And to Gage's point, we were rolling after that.
What areas would you say you are hoping to see your team take step forwards in this season?
Oh yeah. Well, it's from a football and a schematic standpoint, I'm looking forward to seeing our offense produce more. I think if you had to point to one specific thing these last couple years where we haven't, had the wins that we've wanted, we just haven't been a very productive offense. And so, it's it's nice that we've had a little bit more consistency. You know, we've had a little bit of a revolving door from a offensive coordinator and an offensive system standpoint, where, you know, we're going into year 2 running the same stuff that we've been running and tweaking it to the personnel that we have. And so seeing our offense make some strides in the spring, well, really at the end of the year last year, and then in the spring, and then here in this first, you know, couple weeks of training camp, you know, we have an identity. We're doing things that are tailor-made to the personnel that we have here at Drake, and you know, I think that part of our game should be drastically improved, which should give us a chance to definitely be on top, because our defense is going to be stout like it always is. It's been that way since I got here in 2014, and I think it's been that way since probably since the beginning of time. You know, it always feels like Drake has a great defense, and then you know, when you have a roster like ours with some talent and some depth now, that's the other thing I would say. Looking at this team as opposed to the last couple teams, it feels like we've got some great initial talent. Like you guys will hear from Finn, you know, he's one of the best pass rushers in the country, I think, at any level. You know, he's getting a lot of FCS accolades, but I'd put him up against anybody. So we have talented guys like Finn, but it also feels like we have some more depth. And so, you know, when you have some depth at some key positions, you know, not only are you going to be good on offense and defense, but your special teams, you know, should show up and really tip the scales into your favor, and as far as coming out on top. I think that's part of the game I don't think gets talked too much about, but I think it's super important. You know, we've got stats that show, you know, when you win the special teams battle and you win that hidden yardage and field position, a good chunk of times you're going to come out on top. So having a deep team allows you to have great special teams as well.
Coach, you talked about Finn on the mechanic watch list. Just how important is he to this defense?
Man, you know, just come out and watch, and it's very evident. You know, I think offensive coaches get extremely frustrated because they're like, man, you know, we can't gain a yard because this guy keeps blowing stuff up. But you know, it's funny. You know, I was talking right before this. You know, it was when we were recruiting him. What sold me on him wasn't a football highlight. He actually texted me a video of him running the anchor in the 4x1 for Roosevelt. And so I'm like, wow, like he's twice as thick as all of these guys that he's running against, and he's beating them. And so, you know, so there you go. He's got elite speed. He's got elite twitch and get off, and you know, is a strong player, violent with his hands and his actions. But you know, to be honest, there's lots of guys with talent. He has a personality of he's not necessarily a guy that's looking for an end. You know, he's just looking for continuing to be the best he can be. There is no finish line for that guy. You know, he you know, he's getting all these accolades and all these preseason honors. And you talk to him, he doesn't think he's arrived. You know, he still thinks he's got a lot to do. And to me, that's what separates the good ones from the great ones, and then the great ones from the elite ones. And you know, Finn's attitude, I think, is his edge. You know, how he attacks the game and his personality. That's what makes him special, along with all that other stuff. You know, the skill set that you look for in a defensive lineman. He's got all that. But what really makes him special is just who he is, how he's been raised, and how he attacks each single day. Is, you know, the most important thing that's happening to him is the present moment, which is really. It's really refreshing to be a part of and to be around.
You started the year last year was rough, but this has been strong. What did you keep telling the guys, you know, when you have those tough losses, when you have those big losses? Hey, keep your head in the game and kind of rally the troops.
Yeah, you know, I would love to take credit for saying something that kept them on track, but you know, we had a 6th-year senior on the team last year. You know, he, for whatever reason, must have loved school. You know, he actually ended up finishing with 3 Drake University degrees at the end of the day. So, you know, that should just tell you what kind of personality he is. But, you know, he was the leader of our team, and, you know, but he wasn't a rah-rah guy. Like, his actions really, you know, in my opinion, how he attacked every day, how he practiced, how he played, being a 6th-year guy, playing on an old body with old joints, you know, coming off of a surgery and all that. I mean, he was the inspiration, you know, and the play that sticks out in my mind, we're playing San Diego here, and we're down 2 scores, and I if there was a minute left, maybe, I don't know, but they've got the ball 4th and 1, going in, and we were beat. The game was over, and here he is going over the pile and tackling a quarterback sneak short of the end zone, which kept the score what it was, and gave us again on offense one more chance to try to do something. And that was an example of what he was to our team. And so he was the one, I think, that kept us going a straight way, and I just try to do my best to encourage the players and to stay positive, and to tell them to trust and believe that we're going to make it. We're doing things the right way, and it's just a matter of time. And then to piggyback that, having guys like Gage and Brendan and Joey and Nolan, who you're going to talk to, our captains for this year, they were right there with him, and they were right there with me. They weren't discouraged. They stayed positive. They understood that sometimes part of the process is to take a few lumps on the chin, and like Gage's prophecy. Once we get one, we're going to get the rest of them, and it was great to be a part of and great to see. And I've been coaching for a while now, and being a 3-8 team, you would think like that would be a forgettable season. Probably one of my most memorable ones, just because of what the team went through and how they overcame everything.